Back to this breaking news. This is Midland City, Alabama, southern part of the state. Closest big town is Dothan, Alabama. Police and SWAT teams, negotiators there around this rural property where a man is believed to be holed up inside of an underground shelter, holding a 6-year-old boy hostage. This broke last evening when a school bus was stopped, and the gunman demanded at least one of the children go with him. When the driver refused, the driver was shot to death. Mark Furman's a former LAPD homicide detective with us now out of northern Idaho. And, what do you do right now? What's the strategy with the feds and the state and local authorities surrounding an underground bunker where this man at least has sought shelter? It might even be where he lives, Mark.
Yeah, good morning, Bill. You know, this kind of a situation, you know, they really don't have time on their side, but during the time that they do have, they're going to try to develop as much intelligence of who they're dealing with and what might have triggered this act at this moment, at this time. They're going to try to find out as much as they can about the residence where he has actually barricaded himself, the location in that residence where he's barricaded himself, making sure that there's no exit point that they don't know about, evacuate the area and try to make contact with the suspect and find out if there is a specific demand, and certainly they want to know his mental state and just exactly how to communicate with him and possibly friends or family that might be able to make a connection for the police.
Yeah, you know, Mark, you know, you have a dead school bus driver who was absolutely innocent in all of this, and you're wondering about the safety and security of the 6-year-old child. How do you talk him out of keeping that boy with him?
Well, Bill, you know, this is a specialty that very few police officers ever really get involved in. I was not, but let's use some common sense here. What are his demands? And then you try to talk him down from what is already a catastrophic situation actually getting worse. In other words, we're not going to kill you. We need you to come out. We need you to give up the child. We need you to do certain things in good faith, and we'll do certain things in good faith. But that is with, you know, the understanding that he actually understands those things. We don't know his mental state. We don't know what actually threw him into this act where he actually took a hostage and killed a bus driver. So it's very difficult right now, and it's a tentative situation, and you always also have to be conscious that he might be watching the media and listening to the media and actually watching this broadcast right now.
We're getting a lot of information from the Dothan police down there in Alabama. What we understand now through the Associated Press is that he was expected to appear in court, possibly even today, on a charge of threatening his own neighbors. If that's the case, people in this area knew about this man.
Bill, it's your typical situation where everybody sees there is a problem and fails to notify, thinking somebody else will, or it's no big deal, or it's an isolated incident. How many times do we see these situations, in fact, any situation of violence, whether it's domestic or otherwise, where people go backwards and go, well, yeah, he was kind of angry. Yes, he was violent. Yeah, I had a fight with him. And you see these people that have never talked to each other now collectively talking about one person or incident, and the evidence is there. The clues are there.
Court records, AP now, show Dykes had been scheduled to appear in court Wednesday morning today, charged of menacing neighbors as they drove by his house about a month ago. He's said to be in his 60s. Neighbors said he yelled and fired shots over damage he claimed their pickup truck did to a makeshift speed bump in the dirt road. I'm just reading that off the Associated Press. There are mental issues involved in this, too. Mark Furman, thank you out of Sandpoint, Idaho. We hope this ends peacefully. 12 minutes now before the